It's foul territory at Nationals camp, and Nathaniel Lowe is leading off top of the show here. Good to see you, man. And did you expect to be here? I mean, you end up on the Washington Nationals as their first baseman. Could you have imagined that a year ago?
I mean, you never rule out any possibility of playing for anybody, barring the teams that have first basemen signed to big, long deals. But yeah, no, it's a little bit of a shock, but it's exciting. I'm happy to be here. We're looking forward to a great summer.
Back in Florida. That's what he's excited about, Scott. He's back. Get rid of that Arizona crap. He's back in Florida for spring training.
No more desert.
No more sinus infections from all the dust. He can go fishing if he wants. We can go golfing.
All those calluses rip open like right away when you get to the desert.
Yeah, I just don't understand. So how has camp been so far? Been here
camp's good.
About 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's like that 2 week to 3 week period where it kind of feels like 2 days and kind of feels like 2 months, So like we're counting down the days to where it really counts. It's nice to get the guys like on a routine and kind of figure out when you're going to play and get used to playing next to Louis and then whoever's going to be around the rest of the infield. We got a good group here, man. So it's nice to get settled in and get into a rhythm.
Who have you met that you have just clicked with so far?
I mean, there's nobody that I haven't. Honestly.
Well, I mean, you're a nice guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you kind of would click with everybody, but there's got to be one. Is there one person maybe that you've kind of gravitated towards?
I like talking with Josh Bell. I really do. His locker's right next to mine. Both of us are like above average height guys who fit in 911 somehow. So we got that going on. It's fun to rag on him for like getting used to driving a stick in a GT3 for the first time. So like, a lot of us get a stick and like aren't driving a $200,000 sports car.
You know how to drive a stick?
I mean, loosely.
So you're
yeah, I mean, I could stall out for sure with the best of them.
It's a Porsche 911 for everybody who doesn't know what a 911 is. Porsche 911.
And Nathaniel's not used to talking to common folks. He just says 911.
Is it used or is it new?
I think his is used. I know mine's used for sure. We can't afford the new ones yet,
You said for $10 million.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel like when you're buying new Porsches, like you got to be on a big deal because they lose money like anything else does.
By the way, as I'm gonna inform you of this as a Porsche dealer, it's a Porsche.
Right.
Because if you say Porsche,
oh God, how dare you?
How dare you?
You filthy American.
Yes, it's a Porsche. It's a Porsche. Okay, I learned that the hard way.
We don't have a bonus promo code for getting a car. Sorry, FT fans.
I wish we did. I wish we did.
Scott, get to work, everywhere. Scott. I need Seriously. A Porsche.
Use code FOUL for a free. No.
Yeah, right.
Epic. All right. So, all right. Go ahead, Kratz. You got one?
No. I was just gonna say you went from Texas over here to Washington, where you went from kind of like the young guy to now you're the old guy. Is that a like quick switch that you have to flip and be like, guys, I'm sitting in the front of the bus, look at my silver slugger and my ring, like, or are you just being who you are?
No. I fit in really nicely with this group. So regardless of how much time these guys have or how old they are, it's pretty good to be around these guys who are looking for some direction and, being able to help out the rest of the infielders, guys in the lineup, whether it's just, getting used to the life or getting your family moved somewhere or just being comfortable in the clubhouse. I'm going to assume the role and do the best that I can do because there's still plenty of guys here with more time than I have. So it's not like I'm the seasoned vet. I mean, I haven't even hit free agency, but to be able to kind of help these guys along their journey and help them get the most out of their career, like, we're poised for a great summer.
Who's impressed you? You're talking about these young guys.
Cruz the player. Wood hits it so far.
Luis.
Oh my gosh, all of them. Yeah, Louis Garcia, like the way he gets to the high pitch is amazing. Like there's never been a high fastball I think that he's seen that he doesn't think he can get on top of. And then like there's depth. I'm getting used to all the pitchers. I don't really have a feel for like who entirely is who yet. Just because some of the guys that have been around like haven't really gotten into the game. You know how camp goes. So ideally in the next couple weeks, we'll be able to run out the leverage guys and see the starters get a little deper through the order. So it's pretty promising.
Name tags.
Yeah, right.
Hey guys, I need y'all to work.
Well, I got the key.
I've been in the American League my whole life, so I'm going to need you guys in the National League guys to wear name tags. I don't know who you are.
The key in the locker is the best. Where you get to a new clubhouse and you get the staff and their name and their faces underneath it. Like That's so big. Because even like
when did they start doing that? Because I was never on a team that did that.
I had to ask for it.
Oh,
I had
see,
to
that
ask
was
special
smart.
for it. Yeah. But like, I don't know. You can only go, like dude and brother guys so long.
Pal, I was always like, hey, buddy.
Hey,
pal.
there's my guy.
Yeah,
there's my guy.
What's up, pal?
Yeah, there he is. Yeah, but no, first and last names, knowing where guys like what affiliate they're going to be with, like which guys are AA, AAA, Rovers. It's been pretty fun.
All right, you talked about position players. What about pitchers? I know you faced some lives. Is there anybody that you're like, whoa, I didn't realize that he was that nasty? Or you're like, I took all of them deep. They all stink.
I mean, Ferrer, I stood behind. I didn't want to get into the batter's box. Anybody sinking 98 left-handed with that can spray a fastball is not my.
You're a platoon guy, though.
Yeah,
You're a platoon guy.
Sorry. I'll just get on base with lefties. That's all.
Yeah, well, that's not a skill.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, but
no, it's a skill.
We'll leave that one where it is. No, I mean Gore, Williams, all these guys like frustrating at bats left and right. Soroka's back. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Whatever he's doing with his four seam and the curveball, like it's cool to see because I saw the Soroka that was sinking it at the bottom, and like was an automatic ground ball, but now it feels like he's really bringing in some swing and miss stuff. So it's nice to see him take that step. And then between the young guys, honestly, I really don't know who's in the mix and who's not, but there are guys left and right that can get the ball across the plate and get early contact and get an out.
Hey, fans are asking about the rest of the division. Your thoughts on obviously teams like the Braves, the Phillies, and the Mets added a little bit of help, including some offense in former Nat Juan Soto.
Sure. It's going to be exciting. I'm happy to play in the East again. I like going to New York. I like playing, Miami's a good place to play, I think. Sneaky.
Said nobody ever? Except for you?
I'll tell you what. I mean, there's really
Oh,
big...
you're talking about not the ballpark in the 5...
Nice restaurant.
You know what? You're a hater.
I'm not, dude. Listen, I love because normally you stay at the really nice hotel in Miami on the beach. Fabulous.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm talking about when you actually get to the park.
I mean, like, you're going to compete. Like maybe
it's
a little break. Say you're in a stretch where like coming down to the wire, you're playing in playoff teams. I'm not saying Miami's not a playoff team; they're a major league team. Everybody should be poised to win. But with the way the record's reflected going into it, maybe it's a break. And obviously, it's not a game that you can look over because anybody can beat anybody every night. But maybe it's nice to get a little quieter atmosphere in the ballpark. What? What? I mean,
Again, said nobody ever.
Sorry.
But except like the nicest guy in the world.
It'd be fun to go back to Atlanta. It'd be fun to go to Philly. I'm excited to play in New York. Obviously, Nats Park is nice too. And then, I like the East. I really do.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah.
All right, so this might be a better question the next time you come on, but you were in the American League West, and you faced the Mariners rotation. Have you faced the Phillies rotation consistently? And I want to know who you think is better. And then when you come on the next time, I really want to know who you think is better because you're going to see them just as much as you saw the Mariners.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I'll make note of it and pay attention to what happens because, but we saw the Seattle guys so much, you never really like get used to it just because the stuff's so good, but you definitely know what you're signing up for when you go into a weekend in Seattle or a 4-game set, whenever it is. So it'll be nice to see the Phillies mix. Obviously they're making big ads too, and they want to contend. So it'll be a lot of fun to go there and obviously play in a super loud environment. And, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's a little different. Miami and Philly. Yeah. So you go New York, Atlanta, Philly, and then Miami.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be a little different. It'll be nice to have the like difference in atmosphere.
Wow. Okay.
Change of pace.
Yes.
You'll see it.
The change of pace is nice.
Keep up with me here.
I'm looking right now. Sorry, I'm looking for when do you guys play Texas?
I think it's in June.
Is it on the road or is it home?
It's at home. It's at home. We don't go back to Texas till next year.
Okay. So is it going to be awkward? Because I know you've been in other organizations, but you were kind of a Ranger in a World Series there.
Yeah.
So when you step into the box the first time,
I'm going to be excited.
Is it going to mean? Because I always wondered this. Because people would always ask me, especially when you change teams the first time. Does it mean more like say you get a hit to win that game, or because they traded you away, right? So like 100%. Minnesota traded me to San Francisco, and then I went to the White Sox. So that first time I played, especially on the road in the old Metrodome, it was
Right.
like, all right, this just means more because you got rid of me.
Yeah, it's something similar for sure. I mean, I remember the first game I went back to Tampa. Like, I know I hit a homer to left, and I was like, man, that should count for 4 homers. You know, just because like you come up in the organization, you play with the guys for so long, like you appreciate what all they've done to get you to that point of your career, and then obviously they felt the need to have somebody else play your position. So you like, there's no like malice at all, definitely not. But like, I'm not going back there to lose.
Nice.
Right.
I like it.
Right.
I love it.
We don't want to run into Tampa and lose because that's a difficult place to play as a road guy.
Tampa?
Yeah. Oh,
like
yeah.
Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Super loud.
You're going to get me in trouble.
Especially with no roof. I mean, imagine how quiet it'll be.
I mean, it's going to be crazy. I'm actually, I'm not upset that we're not going to Steinbrenner this year. They're coming to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a rain out waiting.
It's going to be some. I mean, they're going to lead the league in doubleheaders. That's for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Wait, I want to take you back to when you got traded to the Nats. Where were you in that first base carousel that occurred? I think it was like a 24 to 48 hour stretch right before a holiday. Maybe it was right before Christmas or Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right before Christmas.
Christmas, yeah. And then like 6 first basemen found new seats.
Yeah, I think Walker signed first in Houston. Mm-hmm. Not that I didn't think Houston was ever an option. And then like my friends are sending me tweets because I don't look at Twitter, but I was looking at it more this winter. And then obviously like Yankees Twitter was like, all right, get him over here. And then I think Goldschmidt signed there and Naylor went to Arizona, Santana went to Cleveland. And I told my wife, I was like, all right, cool. If Goldschmidt's in New York, we're not getting traded. I think we're going to be able to stay here for another year because we bought a house in February. And it was like a real treat to live at home and live in your own house and go to the ballpark. And obviously my wife's family's from there, so it works out really nice. But I said it out loud, and then 2 days later, I'm on a hunting trip, and Chris Young's name pops up on my phone. I'm like,
oh, no.
Here we go.
Oh, no.
Where am I going? Because the way it worked before, too, is like Eric Neander had texted me and said, hey, you're in a move. I'll call you in a sec. So when you see the GM's name pop up in December, you're like, all right, something's going on with the roster. I'm going to move somewhere.
Do you ever have to pay for another beer again in Texas?
I'm pretty spoiled, man. I've gotten treated so well. And like, aside from winning and having like the history of the organization be changed by finally getting a championship, like I think the reception from the people makes the World Championship that much better because people were just so happy. Like they were truly excited to have a championship team, truly excited to like see a new ballpark and feel like the organization's like making the turn to be a perennial contender for sure. There was a lot of meals that were paid for that winter right away. I was seeing pictures in barbershops of a family that was at the old stadium before Globe Life, like with the block Texas T on the hat and the throwback logo or whatever, but people that have been fans for 50, 60 years. And like, it felt like a really cool moment to be able to help them fulfill like what every team sets out to do every year.
What will you miss the most about Texas? Is it a player? Is it one of your teammates? Is it something outside of the ballpark?
I think after spending 4 years there, aside from the 3 losing seasons and obviously the world title season, I felt like I was able to branch out and actually have friends. Like I had friends that were in different golf clubs and I get spoiled and have access to go out and play with them, but people that like through my wife and her friends, I have a friend group and it feels like an extended family, like you don't go to church all season and then you get to go on Sundays in the off season and feel like you're actually plugging into a community. I got to see the local high school team and hang out with some of those kids, like get to go to a batting cage, not at the field for the first time this winter and hang out with other pro players that are like in the DFW. So having access like that and having a network like that, I'm definitely going to miss working around them, but it's going to make an off season great too.
Okay. Last thing.
Sure.
You're now at Washington National.
Yes.
Are you a history guy? Because you are now in basically the hub of American history. So will you be at the?
No.
monuments, trying to sneak into the White House.
No.
Nothing?
No, I got to do the White House last summer.
True.
Yeah.
But I don't know if
No, I'm gonna walk my dog in the morning.
That's it?
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, so you're not going to be, at the monument,
I don't know.
at the mall.
If family comes in town and wants to go, then they can go. But like, I don't know. I love them, but I'm not going to go walk the National Mall.
You want to go walk to the Smithsonian
No.
and walk for miles and miles?
No. I mean, I do it at some point just to check the box, but I don't really see myself getting out there and sweating, walking around before I have to go sweat at 7:00 and obviously get after it that night when it really counts.
Got it. All right. Understood.
That's called tourism load management. It's very smart. I like that move.
Small doses.
Yes. Nathaniel, awesome to see you, man. Welcome to Nats camp. Obviously, you've been there for a minute, but good luck the rest of the spring here, and we'll talk to you during the season.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.